And welcome back from that break to Business Live. Time now for the Joy Business Van, brought to you by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank, and MTN. Well, traveling by road is the most popular mode of transport here in Ghana. Commercial buses or trotros are mostly patronized, but getting to board one can be quite a task. Well, a couple of years ago, the Joy Business Van featured mobility startup Starbus, whose aim was to ease the stress commuters face. We follow through their journey now that the business has been acquired by West Africa's leading mobility firm, Treepz. That's our story on the Joy Business Van tonight.
I think that the best way to discover a city is through its public transport system. You know, when you travel to other places with more advanced public transportation system, you discover the beauty of the city. You are marveled by the things you see, but it's not the case in most part of Africa. It's just not the fact that we don't have a good transport system doesn't only impact on the beauty of the city, it also has huge economic impact on the country.
And that was 2 years ago when Isidore Potofi shared with me his motivation to create Starbus so commuters have less stressful experiences with commercial buses. Long queues and the struggle for a seat, especially during rush hour, are just a bit of the trotro experience. If you're lucky, you may get the bus in good shape, otherwise prepare for a bumpy ride in a rickety vehicle. Isidore's plan with Starbus was to create a pool of private buses and create a system that enables passengers access the service.
The way it works is that the passenger will have to specify that I'm picking the bus from this station, I want to be picked up at this particular location, and I want to be dropped off at this location. Then our system automatically sends this request to the network of buses. Then the network dispatches the bus to where the demand is, or to where the customer or the passenger has requested the bus from. And the bus then picks the passenger at their specific pickup location and drop them off at their drop-off location.
The challenges with public transportation are no different in Nigeria, where rapid expansion has exposed poor road infrastructure. It was just around the time the Treepz, formerly Plenty Waka, launched its operations in Lagos, Nigeria. Johnny Inagwolo, co-founder of Treepz, has had his fair share of experiences.
So many years ago, I was going for an interview during my early, when I just graduated out of school, and prepared for an interview with trying to impress the panel at the interview, wore my body's lovely nice suits, you know, and entered one of these buses while I was in Nigeria, you know. And on my way out of the bus, the part of the bus just grabbed my suit and tore my suit.
You don't say.
You know.
Treepz set out to transform public transport not just in Nigeria but across the continent by running a bus hailing business, thus connecting commuters with buses via an app.
We were more like a pioneer in this space because nobody has actually done the B2C of bus hailing. It looks weird because a lot of people didn't want to enter, because how can you, in their mindset, like how can you use air-conditioned vehicles, buses to move people from one place to another? It sounded weird. Other taxi cabs, yes, it's fine, but with bus hailing, it was weird. So with the initial 25 vehicles we launched with, in a day we're only moving about three persons in a whole day. And at some point we thought, have we gone into the wrong business? Have we actually conceptualized a wrong idea that doesn't fit into the system? But as time goes on, as we kept on pushing, from 2 we moved 10, from 10 we moved 50, and in the last 20 months we have done over 380 rides and 380,000 rides.
In August 2021, Treepz announced it has secured $1.2 million seed funding 2 months after successfully ending the Techstars Toronto Accelerator program. Now it had its eyes on the Ghanaian market. That was when it decided to acquire Starbus. Starbus had meantime made inroads, doing many trips since it launched operations. The COVID-19 pandemic lockdown was a bit of a setback, but the business bounced back after restrictions were eased.
During the COVID, we had a call. We shared our challenges, our difficulties, because we had zero, and so it was one about honesty. It was one about truth. It was one about success stories as well, because along the line, plenty of us started recording some success stories. We also started recording some success stories after the COVID. We're sharing that as well. So I noticed that, look, we clicked in many ways. We clicked as far as the vision is concerned. We clicked as far as the people are concerned, and we were exploring how we could work together. And yeah, so that's what it's been for us.
Starbus has now rebranded as Treepz Ghana, sealing the marriage. Now there is a lot to do to get Ghanaians caught on to the idea of technology-driven public transport. Johnny believes it's just a matter of time.
When we launched this also in Lagos, people were gravitating towards using it because they were used to the normal trottoir kind of life over there in Lagos, And the first week we started, we had only 3 people using the service. We kept on going, but today, as we speak today, you can have 500 buses on the road, and all of them are filled up in less than 5 minutes because people are booking from all over. It's convenient. And that is what we are going. I know there's going to be a bit of pushback, but eventually, when they see the value propositions we're trying to offer, I believe they will embrace it also.
Isidore is excited about the prospects for job creation and shares near-term targets.
And the other thing that we also looking to do is to strike partnerships with governments, B2G. We want to work with the transport ministry, so we'll be engaging the transport ministry occasionally to talk about how they can help to give us backing and also scale the service, especially to rope in the GPRTU, because the GPRTU, I think that will be a good platform for us to scale significantly, but we need to do it on a very structured level. We believe that the government is a good platform to help, to scale this.
For Treepz, the journey to get Africa on board bus hailing has got off to a good start.
We are targeting mostly the West African countries, and we are going to be aggressive about that. Hopefully, by second quarter of 2022, we will be launching another African country. But we are aggressive about that right now, and that is our goal.
All right, next we take a quick trip around the world for some business news.